good story is true in one way or another. And I know one you haven't heard of.
Indiana Jones has gone through many adventures on film, TV, novels, and video games. Not sure which of these are canon or not, but the last two outings with the classic, gruff, genius hero have been dismissed and torn apart by fans and normies alike. By the way, feel free to check out my sad review for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. But the video game realm has been quite good for the old lad. One of my favorites growing up was Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. So, are video games the future of this franchise? Well, let's dive, swing, punch, shoot, and sneak around fascists to find out. Forgotten are the last two movies that portrayed Indiana Jones as an aging symbol of a past generation. This is Indy 1 year after the events of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Still reeling from the repercussions of that event, as well as the end of his relationship with Marion from that film as well, he is shown as kind of out of it, but still in his prime, adventuring and action age here. Of course, without Marion in the picture, this also leaves Indy as somewhat of a longing bachelor here. But we also dive a little deeper into the psychology of Indy in a couple of particular portions. You will travel across the globe and visit the infamous college from the movies, the Vatican and its struggling under the heel of fascism under Benito Mussolini's rule, Giza in Egypt, with the baddies of Germany still digging and excavating there, like we saw in the year before in Raiders of the Lost Ark, Sukhothai in Siam, aka Thailand nowadays, and the Himalayas, with a couple of surprises sprinkled throughout. These locations are really a great size and remind me a lot of Deus Ex and its open map design, with linear portions for stories. The graphics are beautiful, with only minor glitches, graphical slowdowns, or problems with the cast just straight up looking weird. For clarity purposes, my computer has an Intel i9 9900K, an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080, and 64 gigs of RAM, and I am playing at 1440p resolution. Hidden or not, there is plenty of side missions, mysteries, adventures to have at these locations. Someone at a village could give you a quest. You may find an item that leads you down a mystery into an untouched tomb, finding ancient artifacts. There are a lot of hidden items to find and plenty of exploring to do here. If you are sort of a history buff, like myself, you will find plenty of Easter eggs and insight into historical items and events that is truly fun. And the whole time playing this is about fun and entertainment. I did have a great time with this game and found myself driven to play more, to go around more, to finish the game at least, which is something nice to have in the current year, where forever games kinda take the lead since they make the most money. I can say that the game looks and plays very well. It feels like indie, looks like indie, and sounds like indie.
If this language really is the foundation of all other languages, then that means...
The acting here is sort of a mix of Wolfenstein humor moments.
What you have is your stupid American cartoons. Choo choo, choo choo. Ha 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 ha.
This feels totally like
Laugh and
Wolfenstein.
dance, celebrating your own idiocy.
But then also genuine Indiana Jones moments. The voice actors did a great job here, sounding sinister
The sense of Africa.
and sounding like Indy.
We made it, Henri!
I haven't heard heard that name in a long time.
How many years has it been? 19?
Since the infirmary by the Piave.
Those were dark times.
While I can spot a Troy Baker voice over a mile away, his impersonation is very well done, and the digital version of Harrison Ford does sell me that this is a genuine indie adventure. The story does get a little long in the tooth in my opinion. How many times are you and your partner going to get captured? Just to then get out of it somehow. This may work in an hour-and-a-half long movie, but in a 15-hour game, I think I spent around that much time, it feels like it cheapens your villains, and the stakes never seem to get larger and larger. It's like, just shoot him already! Now, while I know that Indy can't die without some timey-wimey stuff happening, you can at least take out the people around him that the player may have connected with. Well, minor spoilers here. No one really dies. That is on your side. And yes, you seem to get out of every sticky situation. Some of the set pieces are pretty freaking cool to see, and I was legit curious how the story would play out. In the end, this adventure does fit well within the timeline of the franchise. Your partner, Gina, is kind of annoying at first, but I did warm up to her later, and can see the sort of attraction between Indy and her. Although, in the end, you know for sure where his heart truly lies. It is kind of funny when Gina is walking around right in front of enemies, but you're having to sneak around sometimes. A lot of times, she does stay behind so that it doesn't destroy the fantasy of it all. The puzzles here are an amazing standout. You have different levels of difficulty here where some are easier and take you through the story, while others are more challenging and don't directly tell you what to do. But trust that if you care, then you can figure them out, or Google them. But if you don't Google them, then you do have a great time solving these puzzles. It is fun, a good challenge, and a great feeling when solving them. They introduce you to some of the ideas and mechanics slowly, showing different societies' use of their regions to their advantage for the puzzles, tombs, and temples. Again, here feeling very authentic to each region and those people who created them. The gameplay is a mix of first-person sneaking a la Deus Ex again, traversing via a sort of platforming, and melee combat that is very sticky. Shit, run! But it does give you options to block, dodge, and to fight back. The traversing and melee combat does actually feel pretty freaking good. The sneaking portion is kind of lacking in my opinion. This isn't Metal Gear, Splinter Cell, or hell, even Deus Ex levels of sneaking here. The game is very forgiving with its autosaves, combat, and your ability to escape a sticky situation. Where in Metal Gear Solid 5 you played the game a certain way, the enemy changes depending on how you infiltrated before. Here, nothing changes, and the enemies legit just walk over their fallen comrades. I would say here, everything done here is in regards to what the game is concentrating on and what the game is trying to portray. It is an Indiana Jones adventure. You're not going to pick up a machine gun and blow away bad guys from World War II like you do in Wolfenstein, nor are you rewarded for doing so. If you do, enemies do not go down in one shot, or even two sometimes. I think I should go first-person shooter mode on these guys right now. Say hello to my little friend. See, look it. What are you doing? What is he doing? He's taking so many rounds to the chest. He just took 2 rounds to the chest. I did get a headshot with a full rifle round and the enemy went down, but otherwise, it's more so a possible solution, but not the best. You can totally combo throwing items such as a bottle, then follow it up with fists or other melee weapons, even flipping a gun around to shoot, then wallop them with the same gun. There are many possible outcomes to do here with melee, although stealth takedowns are the most effective.
Don't turn around.
The boss fights are a low point, in my opinion. Sometimes they could be laughable.
She throwing stuff at him? Look at this boss fight.
He's right in my teeth. Oh shit, he got me! No! Other times they are basic fights, hand to hand. You learn more how to fist fight with the Fight Club missions, where you fight fascists in underground fight clubs. I said it, damn it! For money and XP. The inventory system is pretty basic, but for a good reason. It is lean and trim inside your messenger bag, usually only having items for the story or missions, your collectibles, or your simple weapons from the region or outfits. You also have a small amount of consumables, featuring bandages, fruits, and bread items, one of which bring back your health, then increasing extra health and stamina depending on the item of bread or fruit.
Okay. A bit of this, huh? Let's fortify ourselves. Let's go.
And then, of course, what would Indiana Jones be without his whip? Not only is it used to traverse multiple locations, but it's also used in combat to disarm enemies. It also does damage to people, but just barely. It's really meant to be another weapon in the arsenal, that is, items you can pick up, the whip, guns, and then fisticuffs. I think this game succeeds in what it needs to do. It's not a super easy cakewalk, but it isn't the most challenging game to complete either. The whole goal of this game was to entertain you and make you feel like you're on an Indiana Jones adventure. And it fully succeeds in that. The story, the characters, the settings, the paranormal aspects, it all fits well in the early Indiana Jones lore and the mystery of what the Great Circle actually is. I actually liked and feels like it ties into the powers and lore that is established in Raiders of the Lost Ark. If you're looking for an entertaining, couch-playing, cinematic quality sort of stealth game, and especially if you're an indie fan, I do think you will enjoy this game. There is great attention to detail and a lot to do in this game that I think even the new price tag for PlayStation users later this year, or the Game Pass download, is totally worth it. I really enjoyed my time here and think it is worth the investment of time and money. It was a great experience, and I'm really glad I gave it a chance. Congratulations to the development team, everyone at Machine Games, and everyone involved with it. It truly was a blast. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing. Also feel free to like the video. And for more videos, stay tuned to Nerddom. Thank you so much, and have a great day.